Hello, you beautiful magical creatures. NecromanticWater here. Thank you for joining me on my next playthrough. We are going to be playing KOTOR 2. Not only have we played the first one, but this will also be a fun playthrough for me because I'm using the restored content mod, and I've never actually played with the restored content mod, so I have no idea exactly how much has changed and added. So this will be a fun little thing for everybody. What kind of character do I want to be? Oh, there's. Oh, I'm just. Always. Goddamn character creation. I always just. Nice. Let's see. What kind of build do I want to do for this playthrough? Give me a moment. Alrighty, I'm back, and after much deliberation, I decided to throw my stats this way. And I immediately messed it up. I'll be right back. Here we go. Fix my stats. It would help if I actually read what I'm selecting instead of just selecting, the first one. The computer. Where is good old persuade for fun dialogue options? I'm gonna get repair. This game functions exactly. Well, exactly. This game has like a lot of improvements over like the second or the first game stuff. Stuff actually works slightly differently. Free skill point. We're going to just get that. So we can get more repair in the future. The hardest part for character creation for me. We'll be right back again. Screw it. I can't think of anything cool. I'll just go with Necro. Cool. A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. The Wars of the Stars. The Sith Lords. It is a perilous time for the galaxy. Brutal civil war has all but destroyed the Jedi Order, leaving the alien Republic on the verge of collapse. Amid the turmoil, and the evil Sith spread across the galaxy, hunting down and destroying the remaining Jedi. Narrowly escaping the deadly Sith Emperor, the last known Jedi clings to life aboard a battered freighter near the ravaged world of Christ.
Primary power offline. Hyperdrive offline. Multiple hull breaches detected. Proximity alert. The Ebon Hawk is adrift in space after a terrible battle. Most of its crew are dead or dying. You lie in the medical room in critical condition. You won't survive long without medical attention. The hyperdrive is damaged. Main power must be restored in order to bring the engines online and dock with the nearby Paragus mining station for much-needed repairs. Your fate, and that of the Ebon Hawk, depend upon T3M4, a lone astromech droid. Return to this location at any time to skip the prologue.
Speaking of prologue, this is basically just a tutorial for the game. And this will actually be one of the major path divergences I choose for the playthroughs of this game, because just like what I did with KOTOR 1, I do plan on doing both a light and a dark side playthrough. And also, just like with KOTOR 1, I'm going to do the dark side first, and why not? We're going to skip the prologue. We don't need no tutorial. We don't need no hand-holding.
Awaken.
Ugh, oh my god, I slept like a rock. How'd I get on the floor? Alright. I will also say that I'm probably gonna have the videos for this be longer than normal, because due to this being an Obsidian game, they pack a lot of dialogue and stuff. We'll just see how things go. Sexual heavy features. Cool. Let's unlock the door. Morgue. Check medical logs.
Still examining the survivors of the damaged freighter. Looks like it goes by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Only one survivor, placed in the KOTOR tank for recovery. The carbon scoring on the vessel suggests it was in a battle, but no indication of who fired on it. Couldn't get much from the Nava computer. I'm surprised the ship was able to make it inside the Paragus asteroid field without the asteroid drift charts. Aside from the lone survivor, we recovered an old woman. No life signs. There was also a protocol droid and a utility droid on board. Sent both down to maintenance while security sorts through the other items on the ship. It looks like the utility droid, a T3 unit, was able to get the ship working enough to get to the colony. We're prepared to...
Okay.
Could be a Jedi, but we won't know for sure until we get the transmission back from the Republic. If the survivor is a Jedi, that would account for the recovery rate. But I'm more concerned that a Jedi here may cause trouble. Some of the miners, especially KOTOR, are already Another accident today. A detonation in the ventilation tunnels. If the lockdown measures hadn't activated, the whole facility would have been destroyed. Got most of the injured to the KOTOR tanks in time, but the rest had to go to the morgue. One of the wounded said a droid caused the accident, but we couldn't get any specifics.
Interesting.
Miners about the Jedi. A number of the droids have been acting oddly, and not even memory wipes seem to be fixing the problem. There was a detonation in another one of the fuel vents the droids were working in. We deactivated several of them, and moved them down to maintenance. But we're still treating the plasma burns. That cuts us down to almost half shifts, and with the droids malfunctioning, we may not make the Telos shipment for this month. Fortunately, the detonation didn't cause a lockdown.
Warning. There has been a fuel detonation in the mining tunnels. Emergency lockdown commencing. All personnel report to quarters and prepare for emergency venting countermeasures.
No! If the ventilation systems are malfunctioning, evacuate the medical bay. Everyone evacuate.
She really had to open her big mouth. She was like, oh, there hasn't been any problems. Immediately a problem arises. That's like the first thing it should teach you in anything is don't comment on if there's a problem or not. Because if you do, there will be a problem immediately.
Find what you're looking for amongst the dead?
You're the voice I heard as I floated in the KOTOR tank.
Yes, I had hoped as much. I slept here too long and could not awaken. It may be I reached out unconsciously, and your mind must have been a willing one. Or perhaps you have been trained for such things.
Oh? So you can touch minds and feign death? Just who are you?
I am Kreia, and I am your rescuer, as you are mine. Tell me, do you recall what happened?
Last thing I remember was I was aboard the Republic ship Harbinger. What happened?
Your ship was attacked. You were the only survivor. A result of your Jedi training, no doubt.
Excuse me? How do you know I was a
Your
Jedi?
stance, your walk tells me you are a Jedi. Your walk is heavy. You carry something that weighs you down.
Yeah. Let's deal with it now. What is this
I do
place?
not know. I was removed from the events of the world as I slept. A survey of the surroundings may provide the answers we seek. The ship we arrived in, the Ebon Hawk, must still be in this place. We should recover it and leave.
Excuse you? We? What do you think?
We were attacked once, and I fear our attackers will not give up the hunt so easily. Without transport, weapons, and information, they will find us easy prey indeed.
Madam, you were using plurals when there should only be singular. I ain't helping out the lady. Is there anything else I should be
You may
looking
wish
out
to
for?
extend your search to some clothes, if only for proper first impressions.
Oh, you know what? I am wearing a very nice gray jumpsuit. That is all you need to know. Just stay out of my way or you'll
I
end up
leave you to
like
the
a true
explorations
corpse.
of this place. Here I will remain and attempt to center myself.
Yeah, pretty cool lady. This is actually like another neat thing of this game versus the first one is sometimes there's just a door that requires you to use this torch to open. Beautiful. Get me a sword, I can defend myself. The droids are in fact rogue for some reason. I get a sense I don't know sure. I can't really effectively melee. Because I'm going for a dex build. Because this is also going to be another divergence of my light side versus dark side playthrough. I'm going to be using guns and blasters and stuff. Because I personally have never done a playthrough of this game where I'm using guns only. So I want to see how this goes. I vaguely remember trying something like that in the first one, but it didn't really work too well. The first one's not as good at being able to use blasters. But from what I have read, this game is a lot better at the whole, a lot of freedom to use whatever you want to actually make it through stuff. I swear there was more stuff that could be grabbing. Well. needs a security tuner when I can just open the... I really can't interact with the other lockers? Whatever, game. Let's check some more dialogue stuff.
Is this thing on? Alright, all hands, especially you, KOTOR, listen up, because I'm not gonna say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility is gonna take a long walk out the airlock. Why? Because in case you forgot, Paragian fuel explodes at high temperatures. That's what blasted that chunk out of Paragus 2 and created this asteroid field. So if I catch any of you with anything other than sonic charges or mining lasers, I'll burn you and your contract. Security out.
Interesting. Looks like somebody was smuggling some guns.
And according to one of the miners, it was because one of the sonic charges went off prematurely. And like before, it was one set by a mining droid. The three idiots were grouped so close to the charge, it might as well have been a grenade going off. The blast turned their bones to dust. The blast wrecked the internal components of the droid that set the charge, though, so we can't even dissect it to see what happened. I don't like what's going on here. Ever since that Jedi showed up, things are getting worse. It's not just KOTOR and his miners, or the fights, but now the droids are acting crazy. If we don't find what's causing this, or who, this facility is going to be space dust by the time the next Telos freighter arrives. So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility, and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot. I installed an override switch to shut down any droids on this level, just in case someone locks me out of the administration console. As added insurance, I tied the override switch into the circuit to the holding cell door. It'll make sure it can only be opened if all droids in the level are shut down. I doubt KOTOR or any of his men have the skill to pull off something like this, but I'm not taking any chances while we're sitting in the middle of this asteroid minefield. Whoever's responsible won't be able to have the droids rescue him after I lock him up. Nothing will cut through that door. He'll be trapped.
Huh. What were they talking about?
I installed an over...
Oh,
I secured the stealth field generator inside one of the footlockers in the security storage room. If I have the specs right, the interface field should be effective against the droid's sensors. All I need to do is equip the belt, and some skill with stealth in order to use it. As long as I don't get too close to the droids, they shouldn't detect me. If any more droids start malfunctioning, the belt should buy me enough time to get to the override switch I set up in the communications blister console. I'd rather shut them down than destroy them. I want to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. Maybe even turn them against whoever's sabotaging them.
I get that's a veiled hint to use stealth, but that's such a weird dialogue, a way of wording everything. Just, I don't know. Weird to me.
Is this thing on? All right, all hands, especially you, KOTOR, listen up, because I'm not going to say this again. The next one of you Juma heads to try and smuggle a blaster, or so help me, any sort of military-grade frag weapons into my facility
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to take a drink of water. I'll stop rewatching that thing. Cool. Well, this KOTOR person really
Be
messed up.
careful. There is much energy in the room beyond, yet it stems from nothing that lives.
What?
Can you not sense them? Reach out. Cast aside your sight. Cast aside what you see, and instead reach out with your perceptions. Ah, you can feel them. The droids you cannot perceive, but the small oscillations of energy, that you can feel, echoing outwards.
Oh. I have a voice in my head. Fun. This should work, right?
Ah, you hear it.
I got
It's
it.
faint, but
That's
it
not for a
is
second
there.
there. I feel strange, like the sedatives are working.
It is the
wearing off.
force you feel. It has not been so long as for you to forget.
It's been almost a decade. I had forgotten.
Do not turn away from it. Listen. Feel it echoing within you. Come. I shall guide you down the familiar paths. You will need it if we are to survive and escape this place.
Oh, I've leveled up. That's not the menu button I would press, but whatever. Computer use. Actually, we'll take one out of awareness. Then prepare. Get that caught up. Yeah. And then I immediately just... God dang it. I need to stop hitting recommend. I don't know why. I keep... Here. Oh god, what force do I want? Yeah. Super speed. Gonna be the zoomiest of gunslingers in a vast expanse of space. Fuel generator. Gunatics. Nice. Use our speed. God, have the blur effect. Yeah. Supposedly, burst of speed makes you better at combat, which will be interesting to test because I've never actually tried using it in combat. I mainly just use it to just go around from point A to point B at like fast speed, although it does have that blur effect. I think in between, since I'm already having like the restored content mod and other miscellaneous stuff, I might see if there's a mod to get rid of the blur from the burst of speed. Just so I'm not like every moment is just all blurified. Really? These people were like worried about all these mining droids? Like I get like this is just a mining colony and you wouldn't really have experienced people. Well, I feel like you'd have a few people being able to handle the droids. If I, a person who is kid. Sedated and just woke up and be able to deal with that. I'm surely people. Whatever. No reason to try bringing logic into a video game. I'll be here all day. Or really? Nah, no. Or don't even start.
Beyond this door, someone yet lives. Be mindful. His thoughts are difficult to read.
Lady, can you not just speak
But you
in my
have
head?
nothing to fear from this one, and he might yet prove useful.
Okay, whatever, fine.
Nice outfit. What, you miners change regulation uniform while I've been in here?
Facility is deserted. What happened?
You mean
here?
before or after that Jedi showed up? Either way, it's a real short story. You see, this Jedi shows up, and you know what that means. Where there's one Jedi, the Republic will soon be crawling up your ion engine in no time. But the story gets better. See, some of the miners get it into their ferrocrete skulls that since the Jedi's unconscious, they can collect the bounty the exchange has posted for live Jedi. Well, what passes for the law here didn't like that idea. So the two groups started fighting.
Then there was some big explosion, and then I was sitting here for a long time, waiting for some half-naked miner to show up and ask a bunch of questions.
Okay, you know what? Because of your attitude, good sir, I'm gonna keep asking questions. So there's a bounty on captured Jedi?
Don't know much about it. Maybe the exchange wants one as a trophy, or somebody's got something against Jedi and is looking to collect. Not many Jedi left. Wouldn't surprise me if the bounty's pretty high.
Ooh, not many left. What do you mean?
The ones that weren't killed in the Jedi Civil War ended up switching off the lightsabers long ago. Word is there's not even a Jedi Council anymore, but who knows?
I have rumors of a war, but war between Jedi?
Yeah, Revan, Malak, and the Jedi that went to join them in the Mandalorian Wars. They turned against the other Jedi and had a scrap that almost laid waste to the galaxy. Where have you been?
I have been playing Kazakh and listening to and just chilling in I almost said casinos. Cantinas. I say that, but like, goddamn, I do not care for Kazakh. I have spent all my time being bored out of my mind, doing something I don't care for. I've been away.
Well, I wasn't there, but like all Sith, Revan and Malak turned on each other. After they turned on the Jedi, of course.
I couldn't care less of the Jedi. Yeah, I heard the United
That
the
was the
Sith against
story.
the...
But whatever happened there must not have lasted. Oh, there was some big civil war on Korriban. Knocked that academy to the ground. Looks like Revan's Grand Crusade finally consumed her.
How long have you been in this cave? Wasn't Revan a guy?
Maybe you're right. Maybe I just hoped Revan was a woman.
This discussion about Revan's pointless. What happened here?
Look, no offense or anything, but your weird half-naked interrogation isn't my idea. Hey, wait a minute. You're that Jedi the miners were talking about. Where is everybody?
Dead. You keep like dumb. You must have seen what's taking
From
place.
my beautiful view in this security cage? Look, I heard some explosions, some emergency alarms, some toxic gas pouring out of the vents. Maybe none of them survived whatever happened. And if they're all gone... Look, hey, let me out and I can help you. I can. I've gotten out of trouble countless times.
How could you be possibly any use
Just
to
in
me?
case you don't understand the trouble we're in, let me lay it out for you.
This facility is a series of mining tunnels dropping kilometers into the asteroid's core. Every worker and droid here has been cleared, then triple cleared for hazardous operations. This facility has an operational threat level so high they don't let uncleared starships in system out of fear that an accidental engine discharge will create a very brief, very hot new sun in this sector.
You know why? Because every asteroid in this orbiting minefield has deposits of Paragian fuel within it. That means when one decides to pop, its brothers and sisters are going to come along for the ride. One explosion, you might survive. But 100? 1,000? You'll be riding out of here on a comet trail, Jedi. So if something's gone wrong here, you can cling to the Force all you want. But nothing will stop this place from going critical.
Somewhere in the idiotic rant, you failed to explain to me how you could help me.
This facility isn't a military installation, which means we may have a chance. You shut down this cell security field, and I can reroute the emergency system so we can get to the hangars. We grab a ship, and then we fly out of here.
Fine. I'll switch off the cage, but you try anything, you're dead.
Great. Now to business. Let's get to the command console.
Alright. Send moves. Come on, let's go.
Alright, here we are. Now this console is set on automatic hail. You may have heard it when you came in. The asteroid drift charts are constantly being updated, so it sends out a transmission to incoming vessels so they don't get crushed into space dust. The hail warns them to keep their distance until orbital drift charts are transmitted, and then provides docking instructions to incoming ships, usually freighters. Thing is, you can bounce that same transmission back to the comm here, and suddenly you've got access to the communication system from the inside. Pure pizzazz. The console's ours. Now, all we need to do is reactivate the turbo lifts, cancel the emergency lockdown. Hey!
Okay, I know my character has a computer use, but god dang, I wish I could do stuff like that in real life, just casually. Sounds like you're about to tell me something I really don't want to hear.
This system's been severed from the main hub, after it was locked down from remote. You can't even reroute the system, it's been cut clean.
That shouldn't... That wouldn't be standard procedure for emergency lockdown.
No. Someone tried to lock down this whole level tight, and leave us here. Trapped.
Is there anything we can do at the console?
I doubt it. All we have is communications back. For all the good trying to shout in a vacuum will do us.
Let's see if we can reach somebody.
Be my guest. Not much else we can do. The comm's all yours.
Access the club. Dormitories. Hangar. Hey, can you hear me? Are you operational? Hey, we're trapped on the administration level. Can you unlock the turbo lifts? There must be an emergency hatch. Just try one. Or just follow the damn orders. Right. Now we're a little droid. Would have been him in the prologue, but I decided to not do that. Door, I was thinking it was. Yes, being able to open all of these delicious doors and treasures. Crap. Okay, fine. Go looking for blasters. Blasters. Dang it, we're going looking for explosive. I will say, anytime I have to play T3, I will 100% be spamming the shock arm because this special item is really strong and it's infinite use. So, like, really no reason to use blasters at all for T3. So like that. After all, droids are weak to electric. And even without, like, that one didn't even... I just looked at that one and he died. There was no electric involved. But, like, even without, like, the shock arm being really good against just droids, it's also just good in general. Like I said, infinite use. Whatnot. Do I have other stuff I can... Yeah, please I'll equip some other stuff if I can. A little bit of defense and stuff. Door, hello? Oh, good lord, game. Okay, I was just gonna say, please don't just shatter. Like, I know that's asking for a lot of an RPG, like, this game, because even on the Xbox version. Oh, good lord. Oh, this is so much dirt. Dang it. Search the field lines, and I found 3 sonic charges attached to inside. I checked the work logs, and only droids have been in this area. I tried to contact security, and as soon as I found explosives, I can't seem to get a signal through. I've once removed the remote detonators, but I'll keep the explosives on me until I can put them to use and put them in security. Okay. Let me loot. Don't deny me of the loot. I am an RPG well, I'm a character in an RPG, therefore I must be loot goblins. Which, being loot goblin is not that bad. All you gotta do is just hoard everything, because games haven't allow you to do so. He was coming. He was ready. Really? Yeah, that's another reason why the shock arm is just really good. It just seems to bypass shields. These things think they're super cool. Being shielded and being potentially deadly? No. I got a little item use. Oh, so many useful items. Ooh, computer space, you say? Oh, we're gonna be making a lot of use of those throughout this game, I can tell you that. New gun. Nice. Utility droid looks like it's suffered irreparable damage. Well, you know, all I gotta say to that droid is get good. Just spawn with an infinite use electric shock thing, and, you know, you wouldn't be suffering from damage you couldn't repair. But, you know, that's just me. Not everybody, I guess, can be bored with a broken item. I will say, one thing the tutorial mentions, when you're trying to open stuff, always try to use security if you can, because if you break an object open, there's a good chance you're gonna get something broken. Not helpful. Let's see. It says the emergency controls. Diagnostic. Oh. Yay! Get a pathway. Check emergency sublevels. Open the last door. Fuel depot. Might as well get the map while we're at it. Where ship is? What it was? Nothing too useful there. Actually, wait, can I open the other door? Control command. Diagnostic again. Where's the option to open the other door? Was there a second ago? Whatever. We don't need that other door open right now. Alrighty, time to just going on our rampage of my fellow droids and hopefully figure out how to help Necro. Bearded fellow. I keep thinking enemies are dropping stuff when they're not. I'm getting bamboozled and I don't approve of this. I demand loot. That's what I say. Although I suppose, like, it's not really that big of a deal that I'm not getting loot. Because this is the beginning of the game. And stuff isn't really too important right now. No, your security stats too low? Okay, fine, we'll use this thing. So many grenades. I am packing heat. I'm ready to just start chucking grenades. Gonna cause a massive explosion of this asteroid. No. What's the worst that's gonna happen? There's already been a whole bunch of explosions and stuff. What's a few more? I thought that was potentially lootable. Okay, fine. I'll go to the computer. Seems to be the only thing I can do. Let's see. Schematics. Open the hatch. All logs. Really? Jerk. Well, whatever. That's all I can do right now. No, little T3! Rip T3. Guess we'll never see him again.
So is that stupid droid of yours gonna come through or not?
Not my droid. I don't know who it belongs to.
Well, I'm beginning to think I was a little better off in my... Hey, what do you know? A little cargo cylinder came through.
We'll see. Don't believe we're out of this just
If
yet.
you got the turbo lifts working, then we should have a clear run to the hangar.
We don't have a clear run to the hangar. All that's open is the emergency hatch.
Wait. Don't tell me you're taking that hatch down into the mining tunnels. Are you? That explosion I heard came from below. There's probably nothing down there except superheated rock and collapsed blast tunnels. You'd be an idiot to go down there.
Well, if it's so dangerous in the tunnel, why don't you go and not me?
Me? You're the Jedi. If one of us has to go, then it's you. Guardians of peace and justice throughout the galaxy, last I heard.
The Jedi Code doesn't really apply to fallen Jedi, so don't make me any angrier.
There's no way I'm going down there. You might as well lock me up again if you freed me just to throw me into a nest of Gundarks.
Forget this.
I'll take
Fine.
coward over stupid any day. I'll keep the comlink on just in case you need some help.
God damn, I
Not
got
that I'll
some
come
nice
running,
cheeks
mind
in
you.
this suit, not gonna lie. Pretty caked up. Okay, what was the point of you taking a single step to the side? I don't think I've ever seen that. Of him just casually walking in the middle of a conversation. Sir, we are talking. That is very, very rude to just be walking around like a fool. Alright. With that little bit of silliness out of the way, I believe this is a good starting point for now. I hope everybody had a good time. Tell me to go in the future. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and remember to stay fabulous.